cycle cost mean? It's actually a pretty simple concept. It means the total cost of ownership of an asset, the purchase price, the cost of operating and maintaining it, refurbishments, and finally, disposal. But figuring out life cycle cost can get tricky. Sometimes assets that are cheaper to buy end up costing more over time, especially if the asset uses energy. Here's an example. Let's imagine you're buying a new pump. There are lots of options out there. All pumps of the appropriate size and power seem to do the same job, which is pump water. So why not just buy the cheapest one and save money for something else? Because what you really want to be thinking about is the cost of moving water over a period of time. A pump costs something to purchase. Then there's the cost of installing it, the average cost of maintaining it each year, the average cost of the energy needed to power it each year, the average cost of repairing it each year, and the cost of removing it at the end of its life. If the pump lasts for 20 years, those costs look something like… Whew! That seems like a lot. What if we go with a less expensive pump? Can we get our costs down? Let's see. So this pump costs less to purchase, and then there's the cost of installing, maintaining. The average annual energy cost to operate it is higher because it's less efficient, and then you factor in repairs and removing it. If the cheaper pump lasts for 20 years, those costs look something like… So the less expensive pump actually costs us more over time, and that has an impact on the entire system. There will be less money for other system needs. In fact, most of the life cycle cost of a motor or pump is the energy to power it, even though the tendency is to purchase based on upfront price. Not only will the more efficient asset often cost less in the long run, but lower energy use means lower heat and therefore often longer life. So, it's worth taking the time to pick a pump or other asset that will cost you the least over its life, even if it costs more upfront. So when purchasing an asset, it's wise to think about the long term. Paying attention to total cost of ownership helps systems avoid unnecessary expenses in the future and frees up money for other priorities.